Hello,
Yes.
Mike. I'm
How are
Mike.
you? Hello, Mike.
This is wonderful.
It's going to be one of those conversations.
It is.
Anyway,
So Mike's got the mic, and Mike will talk to Mike via the mic.
I've got 3 mics, 4
Mike,
mics.
but I'm not the KPMG Mike. You're the KPMG
Yes.
Mike.
Yeah, true.
That's true.
Yeah.
Is that a way to describe you?
Yeah, well, why not? Hey, let's
an-
start there, shall
it's
we?
It's a way. What we will do, though, before we crack into any other question, Raj is going to ask you the only question that we have prepared.
Yeah.
Right. Well, that'll be nice.
Oh,
Yes.
I almost forgot it. No.
Yeah.
What makes you happy, Mike?
What makes me happy? Jeepers. No, how long have we got?
15 minutes. Go.
15
that'll be
minutes.
fine.
Go for your life, yes.
That'll be great. Well, how about I flip that on and talk about a little bit about what we did yesterday in the blockchain session? Would that be okay?
If that makes you happy.
Well, it will make me happy.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
So I think, look, following on from that really great discussion about innovation, but I think if you take a sort of New Zealand Inc. innovation story, what really excites me about the blockchain opportunity is we've got these amazing products and produce.
Come
in a bit.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. And we've got this amazing products being produced from New Zealand and access to consumers that's been much better than it probably ever has. Right. So it's not about a long convoluted distribution chain. Conversations with consumers, and consumers can buy almost globally now. So there's a great opportunity, though, to say this is the story that goes behind that product, and this is the provenance of that product. This is where it came from.
Yeah.
This is why you can trust that story. It's not just a piece of marketing, marketecture. It really is about saying this is the whole story, and you can pop that onto a system like a blockchain, and people can start to see the value, the inherent value of the New Zealand story, and that's really quite exciting, I think.
That's cool.
So just from that level. But you also take it up a notch, and you see things like citizen services that we're talking about. 70%, great goal to have 70% of our services delivered by government digitally. Great, and what a great place to aim to be. But that's got to be centred on identity. You've got to know who people are, and then there's a whole bunch of processes that wrap around that are very paper-centric. Well, they've all got to go. Now, not all of them will be blockchained, right?
Yeah.
Not all of them. I mean, it'd be naive to think it would, but a number of them can be, and a number of them will be, and I think we're going to see that rapidly grow, and that will just enhance the value of those services or the access to those services for most New Zealanders. So I think it's a really neat New Zealand story around, this piece of tech, which is really still quite embryonic. Let's be honest. Blockchain's still in its early days. And we had a panel yesterday, and we traversed the whole area of trust. We traversed security. We traversed ICOs and why people are ripping people off, or are they ripping people off, or is it legal or isn't it legal? And why is Bitcoin value fluctuating? Does that matter? And we traversed the whole set of topics, and a great panel who really covered it all. But as I say, at the core of it, I think there's just a huge value, and the last piece of it is you can be a part of that from anywhere. So you can have a really cool development shop in blockchain tech right here, right? In this building.
Right.
It doesn't need to be anywhere, right? Because it's a
Quite
global
possibly
phenomenon.
is, to be
There might be
fair.
some people blockchain
right now.
There are some.
Yes, there you go. Yeah, so I don't need me to tell them. It's already happening. Yeah. So that's kind of that's really where we've been with that story. Yeah.
Is blockchain now? I'm going to put this out. I'm going to ask the question, but I'm looking at you.
Yeah.
Is blockchain one of those overused words? Is it something that you're getting sick of hearing? Now, I'm asking you because I might be, but doesn't mean everybody else is. Yeah. What do you think? Is it just something it's sort of came upon us and it's everywhere?
Oh, yeah.
And it feels like no one really knows what it is.
Completely overused.
Slightly buzzy, right?
Yeah, buzzy. And it doesn't help, right? I don't think, that buzz, because people get a little bit, buzz-averse, don't they? And we talked yesterday.
He's coming up with all these...
Mate, you have got the words. This is brilliant.
What else you got? That's great.
We started...
Write this down, Jono.
We started yesterday talking about, Gartner research, and they've said that only sort of 10% of their canvassed CIOs are actually doing anything with blockchain, thinking about it, but only 1% are actually doing anything. So that takes you to a whole different place of thought, doesn't it? Really, going, well, hang on, we're all talking about it. It's all, it's right up here in all of the, all of this hype, but it's not translating yet into the doing phase. So there is a danger that it can get sort of blocked a little bit by that overhype, overuse, too much noise, not enough value. So we need to get through that pretty quickly and start to show that actually it's just a piece of technology, like any other. It's all it is, and it can be good.
Does a job.
It might not be good, but it seems to be on a path that adds some value. And let's have a look. And let's keep going with it.
It's interesting, as you say. It's just a bit of tech, and I suspect it's going to be one of those bits of tech, like HTTP protocol is. I mean, no, when it started, all the geeks were just all over that.
Oh, that's
and
it.
then everyone else was like, I really don't care that you're excited.
That's right.
And then you saw a web page and you went, oh, well, that's amazing.
Look at that, yeah.
Oh, and that's HTTP.
more the result
whatever.
of it. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And I think we're still at that protocol, plumbing phase.
Completely agree.
And there's an awful lot to discuss.
Yeah,
Trust
there is.
and
And
does it work and how.
Yeah, consensus mechanisms, and all these lovely buzz terms that get us all, well, actually don't get me too excited about that, but, other people get excited and fired up about them, and, and
Are you one of those that get fired up about the plumbing? Tell us.
Yeah. But you're right, and that's the evolution, isn't it? You're right, in a year's time we'll be talking about applications and value, and oh, by the way, it just happens to run on something in the back end, just as today we don't care what our internet banking runs on, we don't care what our electricity apps run on, they just work.
That's it.
Yeah, that's all it is,
And do you see it's going to be as pervasive, as that conversation from HTTP to web pages? Is that the way it's going to go? We won't talk about it, but it will be under an awful lot of the stuff.
I think it's early days to say that, right? I mean, I think the thing is, what it's opening up are conversations between organisations about linking and sharing data. That is not necessarily proprietary, and we're seeing banking consortia and insurance consortia, and these are fiercely competitive organisations, and they're working together on some tech that, the insurance one's interesting because right at the centre of that sort of, you read what it's set up to do, it's to make customers' lives easier. To make, if you're transacting with insurance to make a claim or purchase a policy, just make one set of paperwork, not hundreds of sets of paperwork. And you think, it's got to be good, hasn't it, right?
Absolutely.
And at the end of the day, if they achieve most of that without blockchain, who cares? It's still good. Right?
Yes, absolutely.
But maybe, this is initiating a set of conversations that will probably lead somewhere positive. And we talk to clients about, they come in with this great ideas, we think we can do this. And you go, there's a great idea, but you don't need blockchain for that. You can just do that with your current systems because it's a really good idea. Right. Let's go. Right. So hopefully it's a catalyst for conversation, and you're right. Maybe end up being in the back end of a lot of cool things coming. Who knows? Right?
That's interesting. So, fundamentally, the technology doesn't provide a lot of value unless it is connecting people ultimately to something somehow. That's its raison d'etre.
That's it, isn't it? It's a chain, right? So it's a chain of information that links, as I say, us as as citizens of New Zealand to a government service, or it's one of the supply chain ones is really all those steps in the supply chain that get a piece of quality, beef to a consumer in Shanghai, and that consumer can see exactly how it got there and how it was farmed, and it listened to Beethoven, it grew up being massaged every day. This was a happy cow, and now it's a happy piece of meat. That idea, right? And that's all on the blockchain.
It's made someone else happy. So
that's right.
It's all a circle of life.
From happy cow, exactly. Happy beef to happy person.
That's it, exactly.
I like it.
Yes, all on the blockchain. Segues back to your question. What makes me happy?
Exactly.
Happy beef.
Happy beef, yes.
There's a cafe down there, we're going to ask him in a minute. That's fantastic. And KPMG,
big part
massive
of
spot,
Techweek.
big part of Techweek.
Yeah, we've really enjoyed it so far, and I think it's a phenomenal, activity. I mean, one of our kind of sort of mission statement, I guess, is a bit strong, but it's about fueling New Zealand's prosperity. We're here to make a difference, and one of those things is helping organisations. We heard, I think, from Rosalie there about ecosystems, and very few organisations are going to do what they're going to do on their own. So if we can help bring some parties together, both technology and supply chain, logistics, whatever those combinations are, then we're playing a part. And I think there is a real ecosystem growth in the tech sector here, which is really exciting. I think really exciting. So if we can play a little bit of a part in that, that's why we're in Techweek. And
excellent.
That's
all
our
over
story.
Techweek. And Techweek, when you say we're in Auckland at the moment, which is what, a third of the country? Anyone know the answer? Third of the country? Quarter? How many people live in Auckland? We could go and count, but it's a lot easier if you just Google it for us. Thank you. But it's the whole country?
Yes.
You're trying to, not wrap your arms, but, connect everyone.
Yeah. And we've got events in that we're involved in Wellington. We had, let's say, the one yesterday here in Auckland, Wellington and Christchurch, and and contributing to a number of different conversations that just a part of. But they're fun, really are fun, and it is mind blowing what some people come and talk about, and the success stories. I just love it, And I don't think we can ever get sick of hearing about Rocket Labs or any of them, really, because they're such
cool stories,
great stories. And if they inspire, one person who's sitting at home now to do something, then that's gold, isn't it?
Absolutely right. Absolutely right. What if you've got something that you're looking forward to that maybe not was going to say sponsor-related, work-related. You think, oh, well, I have to go out. Well,
Yeah,
I have to come to Techweek
Yeah.
TV because, I have to. Is there anything you go, I'm so looking forward to that
I think the thing about Techweek is you just truck up to something and you're always blown away. I think you always listen to someone and go, you know what, that's really, that's fascinating. It doesn't matter where they're from somehow.
Just pick something.
Yeah, and it
There's
really
always
is.
something.
It really
I
is
think
interesting.
that's a great way of doing it.
Yeah, it really is.
It's like a random, there we go, that one. And even if it's something... Someone last year was telling to me that they picked all of the... it's tech, and there's an awful lot of geek events going on, because it's for the techie people as well, and fair enough.
Yeah.
And they said, well, I'm going to some of the geek ones. Now, I suspect I won't understand half of what's going to be said.
Right.
And came back just mind-blown, going, this is amazing.
Yes.
Oh my God, they're like humans.
Yeah.
They're actually people who make the things do the thing.
Yeah.
And they took time to talk to me about it, and she went, I didn't know you could do that. I didn't know this was happening. I
They
didn't
don't know it happens
No,
here
that's
either.
right. Yeah.
And
happening here as
in
well,
New
isn't it?
Zealand,
Not just
don't know.
happening, but happening right here in New
Oh,
Zealand.
that's something happens over there. Silicon something.
Yeah.
Not here.
Yeah.
So, she wasn't deep in the depths. They might have been at some points, and some points she'd phased out. She went, and she's doing it again this year. And I went, that is brilliant.
That's a great story, isn't it?
Just go to something you think,
Yeah.
I'm out of my depth.
Yeah.
But you will learn, as you say.
That's right, and you listen to that enthusiasm. That's what comes across. And when people talk about things they're really passionate about, you can't help but just get on the ride.
Yeah.
I'm there. I don't know what that means, but I'm with you.
It sounds awesome. I'm doing it.
I'm along with you, jargon. In your TLAs, I'm going. Let's do it. But you go back and go, I don't know what they said. I might Google. Oh, well, that's what it meant. But brilliant.
Very good.
Are you out there?
It's pointing at you again.
Facebooky land. Is it rude to point on camera?
No, just don't.
No, just point. Everyone's saying no. You. Where are you going? So we've got Mike here, who's going to. What's your favourite event coming up?
We got.
What's your second event coming up that's favourite? Obviously, this one.
Of course.
Yes.
Yeah. And I mean, nothing will surpass. Of
Thank
course.
you.
But I think there's a citizen tech in Wellington that I'm really interested in. Yeah. That is about this idea of serving digital services, and there's a bunch of really cool speakers at that too. So I think that's a really interesting. Because we keep hearing the same reference cases, don't we? Keep hearing about Estonia, and good on them. I'm not knocking what they've done. That's terrific, but it's a bit like always hearing about Uber and Airbnb, isn't it?
Right.
What's the next?
Oh, another one.
Yeah, come on, tell me who's next. Yeah, and what are we doing, and how are we getting hold of that? And so I think that's going to be really interesting. Yeah, because it's a big challenge, right? I mean, I'm not dismissing that. It's. Delivering services digitally is always a challenge.
Absolutely. Is that with the Service Innovation Lab from DIA? Is that one?
I think that's the one. I think.
Yeah,
I think it is.
Or Andrews.
Yeah. Well, I'm nodding and saying yes, but I have no idea really. but I'm
nodding politely.
Good. Yeah.
Say it, nod with confidence.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, so that's the one.
Raj, what's the one that you? No, nod. I'm asking you. What's the one that you? I know we're sort of stuck at events, but
stuck. I love it.
Absolutely. But what's the one you went? Oh,
I want to know more about the when we met the Mahuki people doing the 3D portraits. They'll be around something. I want to go see them again.
Vaka Interactive.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They come out of the Mahuki Accelerator, which is the Te Papa Accelerator.
Yeah.
And they've got
it's a digital portrait, right?
It looks like a picture, a painting. And it's got a frame around it, and then as you walk past, it notices, and then it comes alive.
It looks set, turns, and then talks.
Anyway, talk about engaging.
Just go see it; it's ridiculous.
It's astounding.
Yeah, so that's one highlight anyway.
Isn't it?
But there's so many highlights.
I'm looking forward to Rosie tomorrow in Tauranga.
Oh yeah.
So that's the agri-tech, and there's agri-tech, and then there's food tech.
Yes.
And they don't always see eye to eye. One's all about making farming cleaner and better. Yeah. And another one is about
get rid of it.
Why do we have cows? Let's just grow it. I'm looking forward to that discussion. Coming together.
It's always fun to see or hear both sides.
Love to know what you're going to see. Excellent. Well, thank you, Mike.
Hey, look, been great to talk to you both. Thank you.
Appreciate your time.
Also, great. Really appreciate it.
And keep up the good work. I won't take this with me.
Well, you're welcome to, but we'll hear
everything. As the camera gets dragged through, yes.